I think normally I try to remember to just recap total XP with you guys, but I didn't last time.
Ah, no worries.
Alright.
I've created new document for today's game. It's in the it's in the notes section. I don't know who's making notes today.
I think it's my turn.
All right. Good to know.
Alright.
Oh yeah, one other side note. Since I've got that cold, one of the things that happens to me when I have a cold is I have to take tons of bathroom breaks. So I apologize in advance.
No worries.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah. What else was I looking for?
The code is a real bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're just bad enough to ruin everything, but not so bad that you can get out of doing anything. You know?
Yeah. You can like take free day off or something like that.
Right.
Well, usually you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's who's spending points? Who's not spending points?
Our weapon skill, I think, is I'm gonna need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we really at a place where we can spend points since we're running for our lives?
You can.
Okay, let me see here. Ooh, my old eyes.
You're not that old, Sean.
Well, yeah, it was funny. I remember it wasn't that long ago. I went to the eye doctor and he was like, "Oh, are you having any trouble with close-up focusing? You know, because about your age it starts to happen." I was like, "No, I'm totally fine." And then, you know,
And then you're like, who said that?
yeah. Well,
Who's there?
It's like one of those things where you know, like a month after you have your checkup, then you're like, "Why can't I see anymore?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so then the next time I went to him, I was like, "Yeah, I feel like I can't see near or far anymore." It's kind of a problem.
Everything's just black all the time. I just.
No, it's just everything was blurry. I mean, because, you know, and I mean, you've probably seen me at the old hammer things where I'm like holding stuff right up to the tip of my nose. Because I can't read with my glasses on anymore. I'm trying to decide whether rapid reload would be a good thing to take right now. I'm sort of feeling like it might be.
It's always a good choice.
I don't have the only thing that I don't really have anything that makes sense. I have like heraldry, common knowledge, ride, specialist weapons, cavalry, and gossip.
Take gossip.
If you had riot, that would probably be quite handy right now. But.
Yeah. Though my character is probably looking for something somebody to jump on in order to get out of there. So I can argue ride, but I'll take gossip.
Alright, I have to look for my character sheet.
Andy, are you buying anything?
No, because I'm still unorganized. I meant yesterday to do some of this, but like I just have been so exhausted that I haven't been like looking for things. So
No problem. Okay, so if everyone is ready, I presume.
Close.
All right.
Yeah, more or less.
Brian, you're ready. All right.
Yep.
Buying anything for Gennaro?
No, not right now.
All right.
Once things die down a little bit.
Jason,
Oh, crap.
you're ready?
I just got a phone call. Give me 2 seconds.
No worries.
I feel like I have misplaced
Chicken
my
tonight.
character sheet. Yeah, chicken tonight. I feel like I have misplaced my
Chicken
character
masala.
sheet.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
There's an old commercial that in the U.S. is a catchy song about "I feel like chicken tonight."
Oh.
It's a yeah.
Well, I guess the nice thing about losing all our gear is that I don't have to worry about my encumbrance anymore.
Yes, that's definitely a big plus.
Yeah.
You didn't get your pack?
No. I have a crossbow and my my nightshirt. That's
I had to
about it.
decide between armor and my backpack with all the money in it, so I took the backpack.
Yeah.
I'm in my PJs right now, otherwise.
I grabbed my boots and my my weapons, but
Plus, the bomb is in the backpack.
Right. Yeah. I think you and Vincent are the only ones who have grenades.
Someone's got to help Vincent up.
and Vincent's being stomped on, so that's probably not a good place to have a grenade.
I'm back. It's the best place to have a grenade. That's the next thing that's going to happen.
Yeah, but you don't want somebody stomping on it while you're there.
Yeah. Well, it's dwarven engineering, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to handle.
Safe to abuse.
Famous last words.
Well, now's the time for famous last words.
I suppose I should look up what rapid reload actually does, but I'm pretty sure it just turns
allows
it to
you
a half action.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty useful when you are having a bow and multiple attacks because you can, lose arrow after arrow.
Yeah.
Cool thing. Alright, anyway. Everyone is ready. Let's get to it. You're in some deep shit. Like, really, really, really deep. You're running for your lives from a horde of mythical ratmen who are chasing you, and almost everyone in the merchant district. You are, like I said, you are running. Many people have already died, torn to shreds by the vile creatures of chaos, killed by their plague sensors, or just trampled to death by their fellow men. In front of you, you see in between, hundreds of people running for their lives, barricades manned by the soldiers of Talabheim. However, you also hear screams of agony and death in front of you, and see arrows being fired towards the crowd. But that's not your main problem right now. Your main problem is that, first of all, Vincent has tripped and is now being trampled himself. Your second problem is that Gennaro is not so fast as he used to be because he has a prosthetic leg, and the Ratmen are really, really, really fast. You have seconds, maybe even less, before they chew through the through the rear guard, so to speak, of people, and get to you. Now, everyone make a declaration. What are you going to do?
I'm going to start throwing some elbows to try to create some room to inch back to yank Vincent up.
All right, Sean, what are you going to do? Harry,
I'm
Harry,
going to
what's up on you?
shoot. I'm going to shoot Ratmen to get them away from Lucas and Vincent.
Yeah. Rook, can you draw a picture, kind of what's going on, like as far as how far behind
Okay,
I might be?
Oh my, drawing is not my forte, but I can try. Anyway, it looks something like this. This is the street, yeah. This is embarrassing.
Oh, like you don't actually have to physically draw it; just kind of describe how far behind
yeah,
I am.
actually, I can like draw it very, very fast. This are Skaven, yeah. This thing, and now the orange thingy are like people, yeah. And you guys,
Where are you drawing this?
what?
It's at the bottom under the map
Yeah, it's below the
Okay.
map.
on the virtual tabletop.
And you guys are below, are like, here's Vincent, and since he fell, the rest of you, I'm going to use the rest of you are here. Man, I'm a fucking artist.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah. Uh,
Now, is that in scale to the city, a map of the city above
no,
us?
not exactly. It's a
That'd
street.
be awesome. It's like
It's a
Alright.
street.
you're two neighborhoods away, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
tie my shoe before I try getting up. So maybe like
you need to get up. All right, Sean, you are going to the Skaven are not on top of Vincent and Gennaro, not anymore. I mean, not yet. Because you've managed to move further into the crowd, or rather, the crowd managed to stay behind you long enough to create a sort of cork, so to speak, if you know what I mean. But the Skaven will be on you very, very, very soon, like seconds soon. Brian, so what are you going to do?
I'm gonna sheathe the sword breaker and get the bomb out of the backpack.
All
And
right.
I probably don't have time to throw it after that.
Yeah, sorry. And Sean, because you wanted to shoot the Skaven away, but there are no Skaven yet, so your declaration instead.
I'm gonna start shoving through to try to make a path for the guys to come up to in the direction we need to go. So I'm gonna try to clear a path. Start swinging wildly.
It's practically impossible for you to do that. I can tell you already,
Okay.
because there are like hundreds of people around, and they are all panicked. They are just running for their lives. So it's like fighting a tide.
Okay.
You can try to force yourself forward, or for example to the sides, because remember what I told you about the barricades. Clearly, the soldiers are firing on people, and they are probably killing those who are getting too close, because you can also hear slashing of swords and impact of halberds and hammers.
Okay, I'm gonna shove my way, since we seem to be closer to the side on the top
Yeah.
where we're standing. I'm gonna go to that side and start looking for a door to kick in.
All right. So you are all doing this thing. So now first,
I'll be getting up, I guess.
yeah, Lucas, you are trying to shove people away, elbow them, and make your way towards the prone Vincent. Sally, you sheath your blade, took off your backpack and produced the bomb. Excuse me. Leopold, you are making your way towards the facade of the building, but to your horror you see that there are no doors here. There are windows, however these are barred. The doors are like 8 meters to the left and 5 meters to the right. However, you think that you might be able to get on top of the building. It's like a story and a half tall. Vincent, you are trying to get up, you are already bruised, and but the worst thing is that you are lying prone, and there's a chittering horde of Skaven running towards you, killing people left and right, and not stopping for a second. So please, roll for dexterity, because it's very hard to actually get up in that kind of situation.
Alright, dexterity... I guess that's agility?
Yeah, dexterity's the wrong game.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna start using luck early.
That's always a good idea.
Nope. Failed.
Alright, you are trying to get up, but the people are literally kicking you and jumping on you. It looks dire. Now, you have, all of you guys, especially Vincent, you have one more turn before the Ratmen are upon you. So, tell me what do you want to do, and please tell me what do you wish to do. For example, like surprise me with something that might save your characters' lives. Of course, within logical limits and reason.
I mean, I'm still trying to make it to Vincent. And I know that's not terribly surprising or thinking outside the box, but I think that's probably.
So you're trying to get Vincent up?
Yeah, like get to him either.
You are right next to him right now. You can try and get him up.
Yeah, then I want to try to grab him by whatever I can and yank him up.
All right.
I guess what's going through my.
Try to do this, Lucas. Roll for your strength. Oh.
Hold on, I got my.
You dumb luck.
Yeah. 95 today.
Oh man.
You said what? Strength or yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Nice. Could use your luck. We have full luck right now, right?
Yeah, you have. You've managed to grab Vincent. You've almost lost the grip on him as a fat woman ran over him and nearly shoulder barged you to the side. However, you've managed to keep your grip on Vincent's shirt and you yanked him up. Vincent, you are standing tall. Now, Sally, what are you going to do?
I want to step to the side where
You can
in the
step
direction
to the side.
people.
You are basically in the middle of a river of people running for their lives, being chased by giant rats.
Like I'm just gonna lob the bomb back where the rats are, like hopefully in the middle of the alleyway, for maximum
All right.
blast.
What do you tell me? What do you wish to roll for? Intelligence or dexterity?
I guess dexterity.
All right. But in this case, there will be if you fail to roll by. Let's just say it like this: if you roll above 80, there will be a misfire.
Okay, so I'm gonna use luck if that happens.
All right. You have the dwarfen bomb in your hand. It's a strange metallic sphere, rather alien to the touch and honestly to the look as well. However, you guess you know how it works, or you hope you know how it works. So you pull the pin, and you throw the bomb as far away as possible towards the Skaven.
And I'm gonna yell, "Hold on to your dicks!"
All right. So roll.
Yeah.
You've managed to load the bomb. There was a split second before, there was this second and a half before the bomb exploded. The explosion was thunderous, and it almost eclipsed the screams of people and chittering of ratmen. Flame and smoke went everywhere. Pieces of Skaven and let me see, 150. Pieces of Skaven and people went up.
Whoops.
Yeah, well, you basically threw a grenade, in a civilian heavy area. They went up into the air. However, Vincent and Lucas, you saw what happened. You even felt, the heat wave and the pressure wave. This bomb was really something. And fortunately, it managed to kill a lot more ratmen than humans. And it's basically for a few seconds it stemmed the tide, because the ratmen that ran, before those who got blown up, are reeling from the explosion, and those that were those who had their backs turned to the explosion are now flat on the ground and are trying to get up, shaking their heads, trying to clear them up, trying to clear them out. However, you also see that many people got into the blast zone, and those who did not die are writhing on the ground with shrapnel in their bodies,
But sorry.
One man is screaming as he's clutching his face, the ruin of his face. He probably got blinded by the explosion. There's a young woman whose both legs have been blown away by the blast. But well, such is life in the old world, and it's your chance to get away. But Vincent, quick thinking, man.
Oh, well, I guess now that I'm up, and after losing my hearing to the explosion, yeah, I'm going to move with Lucas with the crowd. Since I'm probably a little disoriented, I'm just going to be following his lead.
Alright, so you are just basically running forward.
Yeah, and if I could do something at the same time, it'd be putting my sword away and
you can only try and hold it tight in your hand right now. You are too disorientated, and there's simply not enough time to put your sword into the scabbard, because the ratmen are they are already getting back to their senses, and in a few moments they will be upon you. You've just bought yourselves 2 extra turns to do something.
Yeah, I'll just grab Lucas's shoulder and kind of wherever he goes, I'm going to try to follow.
Yeah, alright. Leopold, you.
Alright, I think you said it was like a story and a half.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of trying to climb it and, hold, and if I can get to the top, then hold my hand down to help other people get up.
Alright, do you have climbing?
I have scale sheer surface.
Great. So it's make a test with plus 20% modifier.
Okay. Oh!
What's with the rolls today, guys?
Okay. I think that's a luck point. And let's try it again.
Great.
Yoink!
There you go.
Like a spider, you climbed to the roof of the building, and now there are 2 things that you see, Sean. And like next turn, because we are starting next turn in a few seconds, I'm going to, they'll be pretty important for you. One thing is to your left. You see the horde of Skaven. It's bigger than you've imagined. There are literally thousands of them. All running through the street and probably through the parallel. I can't speak the letter R. Parallel streets. My God, sorry for that. I mean, you don't know that, but you can hear their chittering, their screeching from all around, and you see that to your right there are barricades. Barricades hastily, built by the defenders, with soldiers stationed behind them. And yes, before the barricades, dozens of people lie dead, and those who try to run over them and get to the safety are mercilessly killed by the Talabheim soldiers. Speared by them, slashed with swords, shot point blank with pistols and blunderbusses, and there's a almost constant stream of arrows coming from behind the barricades. So that's what you see basically. Now, next turn, like I said, you've bought yourselves 2 extra turns before the ratmen are on top of you, and there are 6 turns. I mean, you can reach barricades in 6 turns. So once again, Lucas. What's the declaration?
Do I know where Leopold headed off to?
No, you have no idea.
Okay, in that case, I would probably, unless I can see the soldiers killing people approaching the barricades, that's probably the direction I would head. So,
like I've said, you all seem to have a notion that there's something very wrong at the barricades, because there are screams of dying people from like in front of your line.
In that case, when you move, because the crowd is rushing in that direction, you kind of still have to go in that direction, but I kind of want to veer off to whichever side is closer, if that makes sense,
yeah,
to make it to the edge of the crowd.
You and Vincent are closer to the left side, so on my masterfully drawn map, it's the top.
Okay, yeah, so we like going in a diagonal direction, because obviously you can't go straight to it because the crowd will push you over. But
Right.
we want to make it to the edge in the most efficient manner possible.
All right. Sally.
I want to make my way to the sides as well. I'm going to keep an eye out for Gennaro as I'm doing it.
Gennaro is right next to you, but you know that with him, you won't be able to escape the Ratman. You simply won't. He's too slow. These things are devilishly fast. So, roll for intelligence. Alright. You know that basically two things. You can either try and get on top. I'm not going to say like Leopold, because you also don't see him anymore. I mean, you haven't seen him doing, he's climbing. Or there are the sewers. So, quick declaration.
It's a story and a half. I think I would climb that.
Do you have scale sheer
Because they came from the sewers. Yeah, I do.
Alright. I don't think that Gennaro has it. But I'm going to check. Alright, so are you going towards the one of the buildings?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Gennaro is of course following you. You are standing right next to the wall. Roll for a plus 20% scale sheer surface test.
It's agility?
Yeah, exactly.
Strength. It's strength, actually.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strength.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use luck.
No, you've
Well, no,
passed
with plus 20, you passed
20.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've managed to grab a hold and get on top of the building. You're actually on the opposite side of the of where the Leopold is, and once you've gotten up, you can see him on the other side of the street. On the opposite roof.
Hey, buddy.
He doesn't even hear you, and you see that he's with a horror on his face. He looks from left to right, and as you take a quick look on both sides, you understand why. On one side, there's a horde of evil creatures killing everyone. On the other side, there are barricades where soldiers are killing everyone, and you are in between them. However, there's for you and Leopold, there's one good thing. You don't think that that the soldiers are watching the roofs too much. They're pretty much concentrated on the flow of people on the street. Anyway, Gennaro is also trying to get up.
Yeah, once I got up, I would have turned around with my hand to try and help him, because I know he's going to struggle with this.
Alright, actually no, he's going to do this next turn because he's much slower.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Sticking with Lucas.
Alright,
So
you are making your way towards one of the buildings to the left.
Yeah.
Alright. Leopold. You see Sally on top of the building, right? In front of you.
Okay.
He looks like he's trying to help Gennaro, although you don't think that's a very good idea because Gennaro probably weighs a ton, and Sally is a halfling, but whatever. So what are you going to do?
I look to see if I can see Vincent and Lucas, and if I can't, I'm going to try to get to Sally and help him pull Gennaro up.
Like I said,
You're on the
Sally is on the
Yeah,
opposite
we're on
roof.
the opposite side.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on the complete opposite side of
Yeah.
the street. Okay, well then I'm gonna look for Vincent and Lucas and see if I can get their attention to tell them to get up on the roof.
Roll for perception. It's intelligence test with a minus. I'm not going to tell you how big a minus, but it's still a minus.
Okay. My perception, I have a plus 10%. Does that add in?
Plus 10, like perception plus 10. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. I'll roll on the perception thing.
Right.
Nice, maybe.
Nice. Yeah, you've passed. You've passed it. Yeah, you see that they are almost directly below you, making their way to the side of the human, like human line.
Okay.
And you also see that the bomb that has been thrown, probably by Sally, actually it made things it could make things much worse for them, because it killed or incapacitated many of the people that were behind you. So that right now Leopold and Vincent are almost like the very end of the line that's moving towards the barricades. And the Ratmen are already, well, they're still moving forward. They're just trampling their fallen kin. So you have one more. It was like half action, so you can still do something.
All right, so I yell down to them, "Hey, come down here!" And I try to put my arm down for them to grab a hold of.
All right, as a free action, both Lucas and Vincent roll for perception.
All right.
All right.
Good thing I'm following Lucas.
Yeah, did I pass? Because I'm on a laptop and I've got the notes up and I. Oh yeah, I did pass. Okay. Awesome.
Vincent, you are still dazed from the explosion. However, Lucas, years living in the forest and avoiding beastmen and other nasty things, have made you a very perceptive man. And so you've managed to spot Leopold, lying on his belly on the roof and giving you a helping hand. And that's now you have one last turn before the Skaven will be able to get you. So please, declarations.
How is Vincent injured or is he just dazed?
He's dazed, but actually right now, adrenaline works, so his state is practically normal. Well, for that situation that he's in.
Okay,
we're role-playing my bad rolling is essentially what's going on.
In that case, I'm going to tug him in the direction of Leopold and try to grab his hand to climb up.
All right. It looks like this. One of you can get up, by with the help of Leopold, but the other one will have to climb. Alternatively, Leopold can try and pull out both of you, but it will be hard.
I'll kind of give a toe up for Lucas.
All right.
To further increase his chance.
I have neither climb nor scale sheer surfaces, so I probably need all the help I can get. Actually, hold on. I do have.
It's just scale sheer surfaces. That's
I actually do have that. So, I do have scale sheer surfaces. Yeah. So, in that case,
it's a basic skill. Remember that. So even if you don't have it, you can test it on half of your strength.
I will try. Vincent, do you have climb?
I don't have any.
Shield. Okay. Yeah, I'll push him up and then, or let him take the hand, and I'll try to climb.
Yeah, because you receive a plus 20% bonus for your efforts, in climbing, while
Right.
he can use the help from Leopold. So please, Lucas, roll.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to use another luck point.
All right,
Man.
you've passed.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
You've managed, with basically, Skaven breathing over your head, behind you. You've managed to quickly climb to the top. Meanwhile, Leopold, you are helping. You are helping Vincent. So, Vincent, please roll for climb, and let's just say that you are rolling on your full strength. However, if you botch, you have a chance to bring down Leopold to the street.
All right, so I don't have climb, so I just do a basic strength roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sweet.
With help from
Nice.
Vincent, you've managed.
I'm not strong.
Yeah, with help from Leopold, you've managed to get to the very top, just as the Skaven are overrunning your position from a few moments ago. Meanwhile, on the other side, Gennaro Vesuvio is desperately trying to get to the top, but his prosthetic leg is not helping him. However, there's still Salvatore, Sally Bowles, with his helping hand. So, Sally, do you want to test your strength, or do you want me to roll for Gennaro? But yeah, basically just. But with a slight, bonus. Minus modifier, if I'm going to roll for him.
I could do it.
All right.
Yeah.
So roll. 97.
I'm gonna use luck now.
I love those rolls today.
Okay, I didn't do it.
Alright, basically it looks something like this. You see that Gennaro is standing below you, with a look of desperation on his face. He stretches his hand towards yours. You try to grab him, but the hand is slipping. His hands are shaking. They are all sweaty. You can get a good grip. And half a second later, Gennaro disappears under a tide of fur and filthy rags.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh!
You've managed to yank your head just in time before a diseased-looking Skaven with half of his face basically just rotten under his tattered, dirty cloak. Before this Skaven almost bite your hand off. Thousands of ratmen are charging towards the barricades. You are on top. Your comrades are on top at the other end. At the other side of the street. Gennaro is nowhere to be seen. Okay, so now, guys, you are on the roofs. There are good news and bad news. Good news is that you are not in any immediate danger, because there are no Skaven on these roofs, not yet at least. Bad news is that you still need to get to safety. So now please tell me what are you going to do. Starting with Lucas.
Is there a higher point that one of the three of us can climb up onto on the building we're on to see, or are we just what we can see?
Practically at the highest point possible.
Okay.
These buildings here are not that tall. You see that in front of you there's a building which has 2 stories, but getting on top of this building shouldn't be that hard. I mean that you won't have to test anything.
Now-
behind you there are sounds of battle and carnage. In front of you there's relative safety, relative safety of the barricades.
Are there connected rooftops that just move past the first barricades?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I was hoping we could do is cross the barricades by rooftop, but so we don't get shot or stabbed.
Yeah, you can. I'm actually going to upload an artwork which will present you with the tactical situation. So basically, you want to go over the rooftops and to the other side, behind the barricades.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
All right. So just let me upload this. Yeah, here it is. Sally, what are you going to do? Because I know what the guys are going to do. What are you going to do?
I guess the first action I want to. I mean, it would be in character, but I'm obviously gonna just look in disbelief at what just happened, and hopefully see what everyone else is doing on the rooftop across from me.
You see that they are moving, forward towards the barricades. Barricades handout has been added to the appropriate section. You can check it out right now.
Okay. And for second action, I'm gonna say, Lucina, forgive me, and I'm gonna run in the same direction they're heading in.
All right.
Like along the roof.
All right. Yeah. So that's how it looks. The barricades, I mean.
Mhm.
You guys are all of you are moving in those directions. You see that the situation is looking grim. Those people that were in front of you are, before you reach a place that will allow you to go behind the barricades. You see that most of the people that were running with you are dead. You saw that some of them, when they've realized what the soldiers are doing, some of them tried to break into the buildings to the left and right, and others even brave the darkness of the sewers below. However, since these are the Skaven we are talking about, you don't think that was a particularly good idea. So let me see one more thing. All right. However, there's there's a little catch. You are almost there. You are almost safe. I mean, you think you are almost safe, but there are gaps between the roofs, which you will need to jump over. You think that each of you will be able to make this jump. Do you want to do them?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are running over the sloped roofs of Talabheim's buildings. Below you, the carnage ensues. The Skaven are almost on top of the barricades, but you saw that there are many soldiers guarding those barricades. Well armed, well armored, probably very determined not to let the Ratmen through. You hope that they will manage to do just that, but right now you are running, and jump. All right, Andrew, you can be the first to try and
Okay.
jump.
What do I roll on?
It's agility, basically.
It's agility.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I think we need to get all these 90s out of the way, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna have to use my last luck point.
It's like 97, 96, 95. All right.
Or is this my? Yeah, this is my last.
Yeah, look at it, really. 97, 96, 95.
All right, no, because there will be a couple of jumps, but the first one is particularly easy. It's plus 20%. So you've managed to pass it. You've jumped from one roof to the other. You've almost slipped and fell to the ground, and it's it's not that high, but there will be a chance that you'd break your legs. But you managed to pass that, but you managed to jump to the other side. Behind you are Vincent and Leopold. Vincent, test.
All right, mumbling a little prayer to all the gods. I guess that's an agility, correct?
Yeah, exactly. It's plus 20%.
Trying to see if I have anything. I got Rover. I guess that's the only. I got Flee too.
No, it's...
Should have I ever been using Flee at this point?
Flee is when someone's chasing you. Right now, no one is chasing you. You're just trying.
All right.
To get to the other
I
side.
probably should have used that later. But okay, so just a regular agility roll then?
Yeah.
Plus 20?
Plus 20%. Great.
Hey!
You saw that Vincent, the accursed Darius, accustomed to run from the law of the Empire, jumped over the roof with almost elven-like grace and landed on the other side. Doing a pretty dramatic pose.
I do a little roll at the end.
Do the barrel
Extreme parkour.
Yeah.
There's still Leopold, the grave robber.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if those roofs won't become your grave, right?
Right.
No, they will not. At least not yet. Yeah.
The hourglass will not shatter today.
You've managed to jump over the gap. You see that there are still two gaps in front of you, and the worst thing is that each of them is wider than the previous one. But there's still chance. On the other side, Sally, you are also running, and there's also a gap. It's not looking good, but you can try your best.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Roll, baby. Oh,
I'll use the luck.
it's 97. It's
This
Oh
is
my god!
ridiculous.
you see, you guys, with a corner of your eye, Sally is running. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's like going to jump. He jumps and he falls. With a blask. You fell to the ground, and you land in an alley. But it takes strength 9 hit.
Strength 9 minus my toughness.
Yeah, but not armor.
Oh.
Only toughness.
I don't have armor right now anyway.
Okay.
So, let's see.
Okay.
It's 6 wounds.
6 go through.
Yeah.
All right. You are, so you are basically laying on the ground in a small alley between two buildings. You can hear the sounds of furious battle at the barricades, cries of soldiers, screeches of verminkin, clash of weapons, yells of agony and pain, and there are even worse things coming from. There are even worse sounds coming from behind you. It's a full. You're in a full-on war zone. Meanwhile, you guys, you are still running. You saw that Sally went down. So please, tell me, what are you going to do?
I don't think we have any choice but to continue.
Yeah, keep running.
All
There's
right.
nothing we can do for him right now.
Yeah, it's not like we're on the same side.
He was cool, but fuck him.
Well, we still have a grenade.
Oh,
Well, even if we wanted to rescue him, we still have to continue go around in a U shape. So
Yeah, we have to jump down ourselves in order to get to him, and at that point, then we're all just in the same situation. Hopefully, he is a halfling, so maybe he can sneak his way out or through or under or.
Okay, so in that case, you are running. There's another gap. This one is wider. Well, you don't have much choice. It's time to jump. One
We're
more
gonna
time.
have to jump.
Lucas, jump for it!
It's agility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
By the way, Gennaro is still has 2 luck points, which I allow you to use today. I mean, you need to distribute it between you guys. Yeah. Because he had those luck points before he bought it.
I'm guessing there's no there's no bonus to this one since
It's a plus 10% bonus.
Yeah, it's still fail.
So, but
Take a look.
basically, yeah.
I'm out of luck, so
no,
unless we want to start.
you
Okay.
can use Gennaro's luck, but technically
Right, but-
you couldn't do it because you need to declare luck before. I mean, what I'm going to say, what I'm offering you to do. Remember, guys, that you can use luck points to get yourselves a plus 10% modifier to any of your rolls. But you need to declare this before making a roll. Of course, in that case, let's just I can just allow you to use the luck point now, and in that case you make it.
I mean, if everybody else is fine with that.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So one of Gennaro's luck points is gone. You've almost fell to the ground. In the last possible second, you've managed to grab one of the tiles of the roof. You are hanging with your, legs above the small side street. You are hanging, holding for dear life, but you can feel that your grip is strong, and you are slowly getting, giving up, pushing yourself on the roof. Behind you, Leopold and Vincent are also making their jumps. Leopold.
Yep.
Go for it. Plus 10%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it without boosting because I think I can make it. Aha!
Yeah, Leopold managed to jump to the other side, while Vincent, let's see.
Okay, I'm just gonna do regular roll, and I will use a luck to re-roll that. That's my last luck.
All right.
I'm gonna roll 7 now. Luck has not been lucky.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah. Yeah, you've managed to.
Praise Sigmar.
You've managed to do it. In fact, it was almost like you knew that you were going to fall, but something pushed you forward, and you flew through the air and landed on the other side. It was incredible. It was like awesome. Meanwhile, Salvatore, you are laying on your ass, grunting with pain. With the corner of your eye, you can see the tide of ratmen, flowing through the wider street to your left. You're just praying that none of them will, will decide to take a sneak peek into the alley where you are right now. Are you going to try and climb to the top, or are you going to do something else?
I'm gonna climb to the top again, unless there's a sneakier way around. I can see.
Not here, but you can, try and look around. I mean, it's up to you. You can spend an action to try and see what's going on around you, or you can just climb to the top. But remember that there are thousands of ratmen right to the few meters to the left.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb the thing, I think.
All right. So it's a plus 20% as usual. Climb test.
Strength test?
Yeah. You've managed to get on top. As you get on top, you see that the guys are already, they have a, they are further than you are, and you also see with a, with a bit of disconcern that there are still 2 jumps for you to make.
I got this.
Meanwhile, you guys, the last jump. If you make the last jump, you'll be in the clear. Assuming, of course, that the archers won't spot you, which they just might. And from your short service in the Bulldogs, you've learned that Talaheimers love their longbows and are pretty good shots with them. But
Well,
you know,
well, I'm all out of luck, so this is going to be interesting.
well, remember that more is always with you, especially at the end.
I still have a few luck points left that I could share out if necessary.
Yes, and I allow that. I allow that without any hesitation. So, Andrew, let's go with you once again.
Okay.
The last jump.
As I'm approaching it, I'm gonna mutter a quick prayer to Tal to let me fly like his birds.
Good one. I like it.
And
Fly like an
yeah.
eagle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right. This time without any bonus, and yeah.
He does not listen to me.
Yeah. Do you want to spend the last of Gennaro's luck points, or do you want to, don't spend the last of Gennaro's luck points?
I don't want to spend the last of Gennaro's luck points.
I can spot you a luck point if you want, if you desire. Come on,
Okay.
you know you want to.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Great.
Good use.
Yeah, it was almost like a great eagle, you know, catching you in his claws and flying you to safety, screaming.
No, that was me screaming.
Yeah, it was. Lucas screaming like a woman, but landing safely on the other side. Good job. Yeah, Vincent. Now go for it.
Geez, it's a big jump. Not very agile. All right. Yeah, here goes. I'm going for it.
Great.
Nice.
Vincent, you've managed to jump to the other side, landing right next to Lucas. Leopold, you are the last one on the roof. You know, on your roof. Go, jump, go. Awesome!
Yeah.
All three
A
of you.
ninja.
And then all of us, and then there's a screen capture of all of us landing with our hands on the ground.
Exactly. Doing the dramatic barrel roll. Yeah. So you are on the other side. The only thing to do now is to get down from the roof to the street. However, you know that you will need to do this, stealthily and quietly because there are archers. But we'll do this right after Gennaro makes his second jump. Sorry, Salvatore. Sally, you are on the roof.
This is plus 10.
Yeah, you are going for it, running on the tiles, over the tiles, and you've jumped and you've landed on the other side. It's fantastic. I can't believe it. Below you, the battle is is still going strong. You don't know who's winning. You don't know how the situation looks in other parts of the city. But if there are so many Skaven on this street only, then you shudder to think what's going on in the other parts. Basically, just remember, guys, that you are still in the merchant district. Just FYI. Although you're much closer to Dragon's Home right now, and to the wall dividing the Low District and Merchant District. Alright, you three. You have to sneak past the guards and jump down. What this means is that you have to make a conceal test with a plus 10% modifier against their perception test, which, well, basically you don't need to worry about their perception. Yeah, but if you you know that if they'll spot you, they will probably open fire. If is anyone does anyone have any other idea? Have any other ideas how to go down without attracting attention?
I have
like an alleyway
silent
on the
move.
other side.
On the other side, there are barricades as well.
On the other side of that building, so like if
Yeah.
we went up and down, okay, like so there's no like alleyway there that we could drop. Okay,
I was thinking I have silent move or whoever can get down, whoever has the best chances of getting down can get down, and they're behind the barricades at that point, correct?
Yeah, you're the building that you are. It ends behind the barricade.
Okay, because we can maybe have once we're behind the barricade. I think a civilian running around making a distraction isn't going to pose any threat. I think it's more the fact that there's people on the roof that might cause an issue. I don't know if there's a way we can have a distraction, whoever gets down first, but that might take too much time.
the only other option that we might have is doesn't Vincent still have his grenade?
I do.
If we don't mind wasting it, I'm pretty sure a giant explosion would be a really good distraction, and also kill off the Skaven. But I also don't know that we want to waste that grenade.
Remember one thing: it's not about silent move, because the screams and clash of weapons is enough to conceal your movement. It's about seeing the movement.
Right, that's what I'm
you.
saying. Though.
Oh,
I am pretty sure that a giant explosion would distract everybody.
Yeah, that's actually a very good thinking, and you all of you guys know that. I mean, all of you on that roof know that's probably a good idea. So,
But it's up to Vincent on whether or not he wants to use the last grenade. I will defer to him since it is his grenade.
now how far is Sally away? Because I was kind of thinking if he ended up not being able to make the last jump.
alright,
A
so you
grenade
are basically
distraction.
spending an action to look for Sally.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a good idea too. Let him catch up at the very least.
Yeah, so okay, all of you guys are spending action to check if Sally actually managed to get on top, and yes, you see that he actually. You basically spot him at the very moment that he's jumping from one building to the other and landing safely. There's still single gap for him to pass. It's as wide as your last gap, but he's on the roof.
In the meantime, I'm going to put my sword away and get the grenade out and just kind of.
Sorry,
wanna-
Vincent, you don't have your sword with you. I mean, you had to climb.
Okay, so I dropped. Okay, well,
Yeah, no chance with climbing with one hand and a sword in your hand.
okay, so I dropped the. All right.
Yeah.
So do I still have my shield?
You had it strapped to your back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, all right. So I'll remove that from my inventory, but then I will be equipping or prepping the grenade at least, getting it out of the bag and waiting for. I'm going to try to use one distraction for both us and Sally.
All right. You
This is
guys
my
see
intention.
that Vincent is producing the strangely looking dwarven grenade from his pack, and he's like fingering the fuse. Lewd.
Hey.
Yeah, he's getting ready to blow the fuse. All right, Leopold, are you going to do anything or just wait for the effect of Vincent's throw?
The one thing I'm gonna look just at the roof we're on and see if there's any way I can see inside the building
There's the chimney.
from here. I will look at the chimney and see if it's looks like a feasible way to get down inside the building.
Well, there's no smoke coming from the chimney, and I mean, how fat are you?
I'm very fat. I'm 220 pounds.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm 5'9" and 220 pounds.
oh yeah.
So my drawings have been relatively accurate.
Yeah. So in that case, you don't think that's a good idea for
Okay.
you to go into the chimney.
Okay, sounds good.
You'd probably be stuck. All right,
If
Sally.
Santa can do it, I can do it.
Santa France. Sally, you are running on the opposite side of the street, over the roofs. There's a single gap for you to traverse. Then land on the other side. Then hopefully get to safety. You see that the guys are on the last roof, on the building that is, well, that ends after the barricades, behind the barricades. You can't really be too sure, but you think that Vincent has his grenade in hand. Still, that's not your main problem. Your main problem is the rather large gap between one building and the other. Jump, without any modifiers.
Okay, I'm gonna, before I jump, I'm gonna say, don't weigh my soul yet, you blind bitch.
Oh.
And I'm gonna use luck.
Oh, so
My last
close.
luck. Woo!
Yeah.
Yay.
Did it.
You've managed to make the jump. As you said, bitch, you almost tripped. But then you were able to propel yourself forward between the two buildings and land, well, rather painfully, but still safely on the other side. All right, now back to you guys. Vincent, you have your grenade in hand. You think that you know how to use it. So, just like with Sally, I'm going to allow you either an intelligence roll or a dexterity roll. But with a dexterity roll, everything about 80 means that I'm going to roll on the misfire chart.
Now that he made the jumps, I'm a little more hesitant on whether it's needed.
Well,
I want to look at.
is needed as a distraction for everybody to jump down past the guards.
Yeah, but we're already past the guards. It's just the archers we need to worry about. So
no communicating between the roofs, please.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just thinking to myself, I'm thinking the chances of the archers, even if they do see us and we take a volley of arrows, that may suck, but we're still on the other side. May not be worth, now that we're all behind the barricade, it may not be worth wasting the grenade. So I want to kind of look at Lucas and Leopold and, should I?
Well?
How
many?
All right, I'm going to move.
How many archers?
I'm just gonna take my chances with the archers. I'll take point and let you go from there.
How many archers? There are probably like a few dozen, all total, raining down arrows on the approaching ratmen. They are standing in a loose skirmish formation behind the main battle line on the barricades, which is armed with pikes, spears, halberds, swords, clubs, warhammers, axes, and so on. All right, so Vincent, you've stuffed the grenade into your backpack, and you are moving towards the end of the roof.
Yep. Yeah, because my original intention was if Sally falls, then maybe I can distract the front line with the grenade. But now that he made it, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then I'm just gonna try to get down off the roof and into the city.
So you are making your way to the end of the roof. You are trying not to be seen by the soldiers, because you know that if you are going to be spotted, then you are going to be shot at. Please roll concealment plus 10%. I mean, assuming that you have concealment. If you don't,
You do not. I do not.
Then it's half of your agility plus 10%.
Whew, okay.
And that's-
Well, I'll roll agility, then do all the math later.
yeah. I mean, if you. Ooh.
Ooh,
Actually,
nice.
Can I round up?
no, I think. Yeah, okay, you
Wait.
can round up. But you've passed. But now I'm going to roll for their perception, and see if they'll. No, you've managed to get to the end of the roof, and well, basically jump down on some crates that were below you. So you don't have to make a jumping test. I mean jumping down test. You've simply managed to get down. This still leaves
Alright.
Lucas and Leopold. Which one of you will try to go down first?
I'll
I'll go next. Okay,
Oh,
you go.
okay.
Go ahead.
All right,
go.
so they both go at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fail.
Anyone wants to spend
I
their luck?
I got another luck if you want it.
I think Gennaro has one more, doesn't he?
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
He has one.
Yeah, I guess why don't I use Gennaro's last one?
All right.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that time I passed.
Yeah. You've managed
pretty
to almost slide down the roof.
Well, you've been making those worth it, Lucas. So.
Yeah, at least they've been actually paying out for me. But and one of my star sign characteristics is that I am lucky. So
Yep, there you go.
Cool.
Finally, there's Leopold.
So we're rolling the concealment trait, eh?
Plus 10%, yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, sorry, I'll have to do one more thing, but...
Okay.
Oh shit, they've actually spotted you, Lucas. No, sorry, wait. You have concealment, right?
yes, no, I had it at half.
Okay, so...
But you did make it, though.
24%, so it's 2 total successes, because you always...
Well, it was 24 plus 10, so it was 34 is what I had to
24,
beat.
Yeah, so it's...
So I had 3 total successes.
Alright, so you managed to pass, because they also had 3 successes. So it's equal. You know, they weren't able to out-success you. Yeah. But actually, if they would have just 4 more points in intelligence, then they would. Good job. So now, Leopold.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a luck point.
Alright, the last one. Or not. I don't know.
I have one more,
Alright, cool.
but I can't use it. Ah, crap.
Ooh.
Both of you
Oh, well.
managed to go down. However, Leopold, you've made the fatal mistake of, getting standing a bit taller to see where your friends were. When Sandy, you've heard a cry from one of the archers. He's up there! He's up there! Fire! and a rain of arrows flew towards your way. Well, not exactly a rain, because most of the archers are still concentrated on firing on the Ratman. But a few of the defenders armed with bows trained their weapons on you and loosed a few shafts. Lewd.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So now we shall see if they'll manage to hit you. But your god was with you. Sigmar was with you, because all of the arrows, flew to your left and right, or got stuck in the roof before your feet, without thinking and without hesitation. You simply jump down, join your friends, and I presume that all of you will try and get to the nearest alley, because the archers are still, they saw that you jumped down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So you are running.
Leg it.
Yeah, exactly. You are running towards the nearest alley. Fortunately for you, behind the barricades, there are many people, soldiers and civilians, running back and forth. So the archers, they've lost you. Still, you don't really want to risk it, so you've simply moved forward, away from the battle. Meanwhile, Sally. You've managed to pass the last jump. Because you did, right? You've
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you need to go. You need to go down.
That's what she said.
I
Is-
knew
is this
someone was
happening?
going to say it.
He's already halfway there.
You're terrible.
The archer should still be distracted, right?
Well, you don't know that, and like I've said, there are many archers.
I didn't hear him yell.
No, where you are standing, it's you are still, hearing the battle more than people shouting from behind the barricades. And
Okay,
remember, you don't see what your friends are seeing. You were left behind, and
Well, in that case, I want to drink a healing drought, and I want to use the bottle to toss over the archers so that they look the other way when I run past.
All right, you can drink the healing draught. Draught. However, if you are going to throw the bottle so far as to make a distraction, you will have to make yourself, visible over this. Anyway, they will see your silhouette. Because the archers
Okay,
are not
so it's not worth it?
They are not standing right behind the barricade. Like I said, it's a skirmish formation. They are using long bows. They are firing over the heads of their comrades. Some of them are standing close to the barricade, while others are standing in the alleys or under the buildings, which are even a dozen or couple of dozen meters behind the barricade.
Okay, I thought they were all in a tight group, so
No.
I'm just gonna drink. I'm just gonna drink the healing drought then before I do this.
All right, you've drank the healing draught. You're feeling a bit better, and well, here goes nothing.
How much do I get from the healing drought, wounds wise?
4 points.
4 points. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I need to run a roll agility now.
No, you roll concealment plus 10% against their perception test.
Okay. Now I have silent move as well.
It's not about silent
Alley
move, it's
cat.
about hiding. It's
Okay.
about not making yourself visible, because it's so loud already that it's not about the sound. It's about if they're going to see some movement. All right, you've passed the test, and 18, so it's all right. They have how many successes do you have? After the first,
Does he have a plus? That he also has that plus 10. So did he really get a 15 instead of a 25?
No, he has 25. It's like he's rolling against 64, assuming that Brian
Oh,
didn't
I thought he had a
didn't
10.
include
So
the
that would be
50.
Well, would he be rolling against half of 54?
No, he rolled on concealment directly, so
he does.
automatically has it for you. Yeah.
Okay,
I have
so
concealment and I have alley
Okay.
cat and
All right, so it's basically
Yeah.
35, 45. So it's 2 full successes. So they're not seeing you because they also have 2 full successes. Plus you have, I presume, the 10%. You didn't include it in the roll, or did you?
no, that's my normal.
So it's like your 3 full successes versus their 2. You win, and you've managed to go down quietly. From sliding down from the.
Starting to sound dirty.
Yeah, what's the name for the? I mean, the English term for the pipe. Oh my God, for the pipe that drains the water, the rainwater.
That he's going down on.
Downspout. You call them downspouts. You call them gutters.
All right, so he
Oh.
slides down the gutter, and Sally, you see that Fortunately, the archers are in fact distracted by something. Most of them are. They are shouting to each other. Some of them, while the others are still firing towards this cave and assaulting the barricade. So not a single archer spots you. You also quickly see that that the people here are, the other people, civilians, are moving, of course, further towards the dragon's home. And soldiers are running towards the barricades, intent on defending them. So no one is spotting you. So I presume you are also making your way towards safety.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Okay. So you guys made it. Congratulations. The night was hard. It was very hard, but you've managed to survive it. You found each other eventually, a few hours later, while wandering the safe streets of the merchant district. As it turned out, the diseased ratman seized 2 of Talabheim's neighborhoods, portions of the Rat Holes and part of the Wizard's Way. Fortunately, flagged messages from the Wizard's Way garrison indicate that the Skaven didn't manage to breach the upper layers of the fortress, but they apparently control the portcullis gates and below. And this, you were told by the by your friend, what's his name? The lieutenant.
Corporal.
What?
The corporal, right?
Yeah, Corporal Kopinski. Was it?
Yeah, Kopinski. Yeah, I think
Corporal
that's right.
Kopinski, who've managed to bump into you with a patrol. He was like, "Oh, Salvatore, Lucas, Leopold, Vincent, good to see you." It was about.
Can I get some pants?
Yeah, it was about 5 a.m. in the morning. You were dead tired, and you were just trying to basically find somewhere to hide from the cold and damp morning mist. Of course, Kopinski, brought you with himself to the nearest guardhouse, while ordering the men that he was leading to reinforce the barricade at Unterbaumstrasse 45. He told you about the situation, or at least the situation that is known to the military. It was a hard morning. You were issued new uniforms. You were issued weapons to those who do not have them. So those who do not have weapons like hand weapon, dagger, and so on can write them onto your character sheets. A hand weapon of your choice, be it a club, an axe, or a sword.
Quick question on that. If I still have that marked sword, can I keep that in my bag and just say I don't have a weapon? And grab another one from the militia?
You've hidden a sword in your bag?
Well, it was in the bag when we were running out. I guess it's not really hidden. It's probably sticking out.
Well, yeah. They've issued you with additional weapon, but it's not a sword. They gave you an axe or a hatchet.
Okay.
And of course, you are still in the guard. Kopinski, who, by the way, was wounded in the fighting the night before, lightly in his arm. He told you that, well, boys, it looks like I'm still your commanding officer. We have a city to save, so I hope that you are ready to purge some rats. But for now, take a rest, find yourself a place to stay, an inn, or maybe try and crash into someone's house. I've heard that Talabheimers are opening their doors to people who manage to break through, escape the Ratman. Who knows? Maybe you'll be lucky and find somewhere to sleep. Yeah. Also, well, sorry, no. Tell me how are you planning to, like, find some place to rest, to eat something. Well, you've gotten something to eat in the guardhouse, some porridge and some stale bread and some water, but that's it. But you still need somewhere to somewhere to sleep.
Okay.
What about the apothecary's house? We're in the same district, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably. So we haven't. So we're still in Dragon's Home. Is that the behind the barricade, but not on the other side of the wall?
Yeah, you are still on the
Okay.
Dragon's Hole.
Okay. Yeah. So that would probably be the apothecary's would be the place to go. Also, just to make sure that he's okay. Would probably be a good idea. One quick question about equipment. I didn't think about it at all when I climbed up the roof. Do I still have my crossbow, the shortened crossbow, or did I have to drop it in order to climb?
Didn't you have it strapped to your back?
I hope I did, but
There was a string, remember? Yeah, there was a string.
Yeah, you have it with you.
Okay, so I still have that. Okay.
Yeah.
What about my sword? I sheathed the sword breaker before I climbed up, but I was still holding the sword.
Then you don't have that sword. You were given a new weapon by the guard.
Okay. Do they give me a sword, or
They gave you a club.
a club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I equip myself with a club and a dagger. So I've got my militia uniform, club, dagger, and the crossbow with bolts, and that's it.
And each of you also has a leather jerkin and a leather skull cap.
Okay.
So you can also add that to your inventory. Of course, everything is in Talabheim's colors, and you have additional, appropriate heraldry present on you. You've made your way to Dalber's home, who naturally, told you that yes, of course, you can stay at my house for as long as you wish. I'll be more than happy to provide you a safe place to stay, naturally free of charge. I don't know if you know this, but they were killing people who were trying to reach the barricades. You were very lucky to escape the blades of the soldiers. Apparently, they had orders to kill anyone because of the plague. But yes, well, the plague is still here anyway, so you know. Doesn't really matter, right? And he leads you to your rooms. You have 2 rooms for 2 people each. They are very comfortable, guest rooms with warm beds. Dalber, of course, is an apothecary, so he earns well. He earns good money, so you are also, he also tells you that you will be eating well. He'll make sure of it. During the next day, during the next few days, in fact, it was basically like before the Skaven invasion. It's not during the next 2 days. It's like a day has passed after the infestation, during which you were on patrol with Kopinski. Fortunately, it was like it wasn't a big deal. You were just patrolling Dragon's Home, checking if everything is okay. Aside from the fact that many people that you've passed on the streets showed signs of the Grey Og, and the general gloom of the situation. You found out that, well, the citizens basically have enough. A large number of historical citizens besieged the Grand Manor the following day, and they've demanded that the Countess do something at once about the Skaven problem, because many of them left their loved ones and their possessions in the Ratman occupied territory. The heralds revealed that a number of gangs of Ratmen did indeed creep up from the city's sewers and won a lucky victory against the poor denizens of the Talos and the no-account travelers in the old market. But they also said, well, what can you expect from such untrained, ill-equipped and cowardly folk? Oh, you also know that it's not as if the city militia even bothered to patrol the Talos. There weren't any troops to stop the Skaven, really. They've probably just went through that place like a knife going through warm butter. However, now the situation is different. Already members of Tao's Chosen have been selected to go over the Tao Bastion and seek aid from Talabheim and Altdorf. The Countess and Parliament are specifically requesting the support of several famed elite units of dwarf shield breakers to help scour the tunnels under the Tao Bastion once the Ratmen have been taken care of above ground. And even now, the forces of the city are planning a massive counterattack to drive the vermin back where they belong. And so it goes, they're basically just saying things to make people feel better. However, the day after the infestation, you saw the forces manning the barricades, and they don't look like they are going to be involved in any counterattack anytime soon. Especially since the houses of the rich and powerful were not compromised by the Skaven attack. They are still, on the human controlled territory. The few citizens outside of the poor areas of the, who have relatives, friends, or business in the affected neighborhoods, of course, still complain, demanding something to be done immediately. But they are a relatively small minority, and so they are mostly ignored. There is, however, a lot of talk about what should be done by all parties. One of the leading knights of the Stag, named Reinhold, suggested retrieving gunpowder from the South Quarry and blowing up portions of the Talos, which he feels nobody would miss anyway, in order to mount a surprise assault. But this suggestion was met with protest from many people and from even other military superiors. Because, well, blowing the town apart is not a good idea. But suggestion of a controlled fire soon starts making the rounds. Burn some buildings down, burn some, burn parts of Talos down. Maybe this will help. Yeah. You've also
haven't they ever played Mighty Empires? Don't they know that the rats?
However, you also see that, unfortunately, the greater bulk of Talabheim's military forces and no small number of civilians are already showing the signs of having caught the Grey Og. In fact, well, Kopinski doesn't seem to be sick, but apart from him, you and few other, bulldogs, terriers, and guardsmen, not many of the soldiers of Talabheim seem to be healthy, and many of the civilians are also showing the signs of the sickness. Yeah. So, and that patrol during that day, like I said, you were dead tired after that hard night, so Kopinski just took you for like 3 hours to walk back and forth, and then as you were, walking back, he told you that I'm going to see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning before the guardhouse. Actually, I will have to manage another group of bulldogs, since many of the commanding officers have been killed during the initial assault. So I have 2 additional units to take care of. In my stead, I nominate Lucas to be the unit's leader. I will give you your orders tomorrow. You will just make a few rounds, then report back, and then you'll have the rest of the day off.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Well, I'm going to try and keep you away from the barricades, at least for now, but since many of our men are showing the symptoms of the plague, then I'm afraid that you might be needed to take the arms and man the ramparts. However, for now, you have the easy duty. Now, go, get some rest. You have the rest of the day off. And may Tal watch over you.
And I
you as
return.
well.
I return with the appropriate Talish salute to that, or response.
I've been lacking enthusiasm since Gennaro died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Basically Kopinski, expressed his sadness over the loss of Gennaro to you, Sally.
I nodded, but didn't say anything back.
He said that he was a good kid. It's a damn shame. These rats will pay. Have no worry about. Do not worry about that. Yeah. So basically, guys, I'm going to make myself a quick cup of coffee. So a few minutes break, okay? Use the bathroom if you need to. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good. Alright, I'll be back in a minute.
You still there, Brian? Is anyone there?
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm too lazy to get up.
I have a wireless microphone, so I can move around the house.
I keep threatening to buy one, but then I see they're like $40, and I'm like, I don't really want one that much.
It's the benefit of having friends that like to have the latest and greatest technology, and so I always buy their stuff when they decide to upgrade.
Well, what's bad is I'm actually using I'm using my work issued headset for telework. I've just got plugged into my personal computer.
I'm half tempted to buy I have a work headset, but like any loud noises, it hangs up. And so if I'm like in a meeting and I open up like a can of anything soda or something, it'll like hang up. Or if I haven't talked for a while, then all of a sudden I say something, it can hang up. But yeah.
What's bad is I don't actually hardly ever plug it in when I'm supposed to be working from home, so I definitely use it more for personal use than I do for work use. Let's see, trying to clean up the notes real quick.
Well, I did get out of there with my sling bag, which had most of everything except for my armor and weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty good because I pretty much lost everything.
So I have the doctor bag healing salves. I still have my Arabic clothing, which is convenient. That's what I was going to wear if we didn't get issued any clothing.
Yeah, I've pretty much lost everything. Excuse me. Actually, I'm gonna go take a restroom break real quick.
All right.
Anybody still here?
Nope. We're all gone.
Okay.
I'm here.
I suppose one of the things I was thinking about is, remember Deadeye told us something about how they would try to assassinate the Countess. I was wondering if maybe we should start trying to make our way over there.
Well, I mean, the problem is if we're on patrol, you know, and I also know that if we go run and talk about how they're going to try to assassinate the Countess, they're going to wonder why we know that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what are we going to say? Well, the strange dwarf told us about it, you know?
Well,
We could say
Well,
we heard rumors.
well, no, that because they were talking about using dwarves to clear out the tunnels under the Talbeston already. So we could say that we have it on authority from a dwarf that the Skaven, are assassins and will try to assassinate the Countess. I'm just
Did we get a leather jack or a leather jerkin?
He said jerkin.
He said jerkin.
Okay.
I've kept
I
all
think
my
that is a
stuff
good
on.
next angle to use, though.
Well, I just thought that was one of our things we were going to try to do anyway, was to get towards the Manor District and the Countess, because otherwise, I feel like all the patrolling and whatnot we're doing is not moving us forward. We're just kind of
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't know if bringing Kopinski into it would be a way to be like, hey, we heard this and we think we should, you can be a hero.
Alright guys, I'm back, sorry.
Well, even the apothecary might know somebody of authority that we can kind of... Because he's obviously communicating with somebody about the plague, so... We might have some weight in asking him, and he might be able to pass us on to somebody with some or something.
That's actually not a bad idea. I sort of had written him off as he's doing his thing and as of no more use to us because we don't have the plague, and so we know we don't know what happened to Gennaro. So is Gennaro actually dead because or was he able to use like a fate point and he's just
I think I don't know. I guess
he said before Gennaro bought it was what it was the exact words that Michael used. So I'm guessing. I wouldn't rule out we find him at the end, but yeah, I would not wager on that either.
we did get to use his luck points, so that to me was.
I'm here. Sorry, guys. Everyone's ready?
yeah.
Yep. I think we're all here.
Brian?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So, let's say that it's right after your shift, after the first day. Remember that you did not manage to catch any sleep, because right after Kopinski found you at the very early morning, you received your gear, and then you went out for patrol. That was like 3 hours. So right now it's about 12 a.m. noon.
Did we get any wounds back from sleeping at the apothecary's place?
No. Oh, sorry. No. It's well, you did not yet sleep in apothecary's place. Let's say that it's not 12 a.m. It's 2 p.m. because right now you are in Daubler's place in your rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sleeping in my uniform, by the way.
Alright. But
yeah,
not in your armor, I presume.
No, that would probably be a little too hard, but...
Yeah.
But
yeah.
After the other night, I'm not risking it for a couple of nights.
Yeah, I want to keep my bag packed with everything I have, just so in a moment's notice I can. But I'm going to have kind of tell Sally my condolences and tell him that I'm going to say a special prayer to Moore and that hopefully try to cheer him up as best I can, since I'm assuming you told us what happened, Sally?
I think he has to tell by the fact that I'm by myself and not talking to anyone.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's kind of a dead giveaway. Hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the meantime, while we do have some downtime and we're not running around, I want to kind of share that with Sally.
I shake your hand, but I don't say anything.
All right. Do we, now, Leopold, you were mentioning something about the Countess, and did you want to say that in character? Or?
Yeah, that I remember specifically Deadeye saying that he thought that the rat's next thing would be to try to assassinate the Countess, and maybe we need to get over there and try to alert them to the seriousness of it, since everything else that Deadeye told us has come true so far.
Maybe
let's say that you are all in the same in the same room for convenience.
Yeah, that's right. We got 2 bedrooms, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Lucas already goes to sleep or if you are still up.
I think we ought to have
some sort after all that before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm half asleep in real life, so I'm not really sure what I would be doing.
All right. Well, I think necessity would kind of call for us to kind of debrief and figure out what we're doing. So if
I think so.
For whatever reason people did end up in different locations, I'd try to kind of gather everybody together and have a discussion.
Mm-hmm. So my thing was either we can we can include Corporal Kopinski into this information to get him on board to help us. I think, Vincent, you had mentioned that you thought maybe Dobler might have some contacts with the wealthier people to gain us access.
Well, he's working with somebody in passing out the cure to the plague, so I assume he has some kind of connection with authority. He needs to, at least city officials or some higher power, maybe even the Countess's people. But I think his word would be better than ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I just think that at the very least we need to try. If we can't, gain access to the Countess ourselves, we at least need to alert them to the possibility, since essentially it's unfolding exactly the way Deadeye said it would, and until that point, everybody was like, "Oh, the Skaven are a myth; they don't exist." So, I think we need to, as forcefully as possible, get the powers that be on board with this is real and it's a serious problem.
So maybe we can bring the Dobler into this conversation.
At the very least, ask him if he has any way to get us to see somebody of importance or with access to the Countess. Yeah, if he has any thoughts on that.
Okay, I'm going to kind of get up, and we're in Dobler's house now. I want to see if I can pull him away from whatever he's doing for a few minutes.
You see that he's working. Yeah, you find him in his study. He's working full time on producing the cure for the Og, the same that he gave you. He looks up from his work. Oh, hello there. Can I help you with something? Kind of busy here, trying to save as many people as I can.
Well,
you also see that he's dead tired as well. He clearly doesn't sleep well, if at all. He's got bags under his eyes. Yeah, he looks exhausted.
I don't mean to distract you, but we've come across some news that I think you might be able to help us with. It's very, very important. I know the cure is also important, but this may have higher consequences. If you have a moment to step away and have a discussion, that'd be great.
Well, of course I do. If it's that serious, sure. And
Okay.
he returns with you to your room, where he nods to every one of you, even to Lucas, who probably sleeps. Yeah, gentlemen.
I'm going to kind of hand gesture to Leopold to kind of continue what you're saying.
Okay, so I repeat to Dobler that we have information that the attackers are going to try to assassinate the Countess, and that we have it on good authority from a dwarf we met who all of his predictions as to the attack have come true thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And if Dobler has any contacts to help us, get this information to somebody of importance, or even the Countess herself, that would be very helpful.
In the utmost secrecy, if possible.
He looks at you, with a long look. Well, gentlemen, I of course believe you. You have done much for the city, and it's clear to me that you know the problems that are troubling it firsthand. But I personally don't think that it's necessary for me to contact any of my clients and ask them to pass this information, because I'm not sure if you are aware of it, but the Grand Manor, where the Countess Elise lives and from which she rules the city, is already under huge military protection. Practically almost the entirety of Talabheim's army, or at least what's left of it after the storm in the north, has been stationed in front and around it, including the great swords companies, the knights, most of the standing army. Barricades are manned mainly by bulldogs and city militia. I'm pretty sure that the Countess knows, that she might be in danger. In fact, these forces were stationed there before the infestation began, which personally I think means that the city's authorities knew what was coming.
Well,
yes.
defending against an army is different than defending against an assassin.
Well,
I hope she and the army realizes that.
I mean, I'm no military man, but I guess that's, that people are protecting her inside. Her bodyguards, her champion. I mean, I can ask my clients, of course, to try and pass the information, but it's going to be rather hard because almost no one is admitted permission to enter the manor because of security reasons. But of course, I will ask a few of them. Not that many are visiting this place, not after the plague broke out, and certainly not after last night's occurrences. My clients prefer to remain in their cozy homes in the Manor district. I guess they feel safer there. Anyway, I really need to get back to work. I still hope that my research will help at least some people in Talabheim who are afflicted by this Sigmar Forsaken plague. But thank you for your confidence, and once again thank you for the service that you are doing to this city. And with that, he nods and leaves your room.
All right. Well, okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, I don't know, guys, because I'm not sure what else we can do here, because I feel like, although, they need people to help patrol, I feel like I don't know that that's going to be as helpful as something else, but I don't know what that more helpful thing we could do would be. Does anybody have any other ideas? That was sort of my main thought, was that,
I think the main objective is to stay alive.
Yeah, and I think we can pass on maybe the possible threat to Kopinski, but I mean, as Dauber just said, I'm sure it sounds like because an assassin is different from an army, but there's only so much you can do, and the more, if it really is all full of patrols and whatnot, what else can you do? And this is going to obviously out of game because it's meta, but a Skaven assassin would probably be able to take down quite a few regular Imperial soldiers anyway. But back in game, I just don't know what else they could do extra that it sounds like they're not already doing. They probably got her locked up in a tower. Yeah. It's an enemy we don't understand very well, so.
So,
Yeah, I think we might just be in a delay pattern until the next event happens. To be quite honest, unless there's a chance we can try to get back to the inn, and see if our stuff is still there. But
Yeah.
I doubt that that's possible either, because
Maybe Deadeye will present himself.
Yeah.
Is the battle line essentially still at the barricade from word from the corporal? Are things kind of as they were when we left, or have they started to push? Has the boundaries been pushed at all since?
I think that was the talk. That was the talk that they were saying about just like burning down parts of the city that are lost, especially the Talos, because they don't care about the Talos at all.
Yeah.
It's urban planning.
Well, yeah. I guess with that, there's I don't know. Should we just continue with the patrols and get some sleep?
yeah. Like, 'cause I think at this point we're kind of in a reaction mode. We just have to wait.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some sleep, see if I can get some wounds back.
Yeah. How does the doctor's bag work and healing salves work?
Well, doctor's bag, healing salves bring you back 4 health points, assuming you are not heavily wounded. Doctor's bag, if you have the healing skill, bring you the amount of health points. I mean the health points. The amount of health points. Oh my god, sorry. I can't word myself. God damn it. For example, if you have 54 intelligence and use Doctor's Bag and you make the successful test, then you can heal someone for 5 points, because the first digit of your intelligence is 5.
Okay.
Wow.
Because
At least I think so, because that's what I remember. Very few of my players had the healing skill, and even fewer used Doctor's Bag. So I almost never had a chance to to encounter this kind of situation. Usually they were just using the healing draughts, and that's it. Maybe some healing magic.
Okay, and is that a one-use thing, kind of like the healing
No.
salves, or?
Doctor's Bag are multiple-use thing. Of course, after some time you need to replenish it. You need to buy new stuff for your bag.
Because I still have a lot of my littler items like that in my pack. So I don't. Lucas, don't you know how to heal, or do you have some other skill that you use?
I have the heal skill, but it was not terribly successful the few times I've tried to use it.
Okay. So, but that's what you need to have is the heal skill to use it.
Yeah, you need to have the heal skill.
Okay.
My advice is to see what a good night's rest will do for you before you go and waste any equipment.
Yeah. That's since we're in a safe area. That's what I'm thinking as well. I just want to kind of, I'm kind of taking into account all that I have now that we left a lot behind. So, just kind of sharing it with you guys that I have 2 healing salves and the doctor's bag, grenade, and then some other personal items. So, just keep that in mind if we need it.
Okay.
I've got one drought, 2 salves, I think a doctor's bag. I got the war chest, but it's not going to do us any good, in wartime, ironically.
Yeah, actually you are all dead tired, almost literally. So I don't know. I mean, your bodies tell you to go to sleep, but of course you can do whatever you want.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go to sleep then.
Yeah.
It's empty.
Of course, Dauber provided you with baths. he's an apothecary, so he's pretty strict about the hygiene. Something that's not common in the old world, but here you go. Oh, by the way, even though some of you might have left them in your clothes, the elven medallions are still with you.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mine's a necklace.
Hmm. Yes.
You find them in your pockets or in your bags. You go to sleep. You wake up next morning, feeling much better. Those who are wounded can add a single health point to their character sheets.
Would have Dobler offered any of his services
Yeah,
towards our injuries?
actually he does. You are all fully healed.
Great.
He.
Thank
Of course, he prepared you a breakfast before your patrol. He's getting very early, this man, so he actually was up before you woke up from your sweet dreams. And after that, you made your way to the guardhouse. In front, yes.
I want to real quickly before we leave. I want to ask Dobler if he needs anything. Like, if he needs us to grab anything while we're out, since he's obviously overworking himself. Plus, he healed us and given us room to stay.
Thank you, Vincent. My fight is mine alone. I actually just need to find a way to mass produce the cure for the Og, and then start to distribute it. You won't be able to help me in this, but I thank you nonetheless. He, pats your shoulder with a grateful smile, and after a very good, very delicious breakfast, which some of you might have, might be feeling bad overeating, because right now most of Talabheimers probably, are eating much worse. Since the plague and the Skaven attack and the hard winter all kicked in, but you've got eggs, you've got delicious glazed ham, white bread, which is something very rare in Talabheim these days, and strong herbal drink, which basically gave you a lot of energy. Yeah. So after that, you've made your way to the guardhouse. You are walking through the streets of Talabheim, still full of people, but many of them are coughing or shivering. The soldiers and the militia that are passing you by are clearly very tired, exhausted even. Before the guardhouse, there's Kopinski, who also looks like he didn't manage to get much sleep. You are guessing that after he let you off yesterday, he continued his duty for many more hours. He's addressing two small units of conscripted militia and sending them on their way. He looks at you. Oh, welcome, boys. Well, your orders are as follows. You are to go to Schwarzholt, towards the Iron Lance Street, near the Vernhauer stables. You will patrol a section of the city there. The section of the district, more like. Report anything strange at the end of the day. There shouldn't be any rats there. Actually, after the last night's attack, they seem to calm down a bit. So far, they did not try to break the barricades again. It's something that we are grateful to Tal for. Like I said, Lucas, you are my second in command. You will defer to Lucas in all things.
Hey, what was for the notes? What was the name of the stables?
I'm going to write it. Wernhauer. It's actually on the map. It's number 33 on the map, and the Iron Lance is also on the map. It's
Yeah.
right
Yeah, I
below
see
the
it there.
Schwarzhold. Yeah. Exactly. So, you've also learned from him that apparently the noble houses. Sorry. Oh yeah, there it is, right? No. Yeah, the nobles apparently pull together and offer an unprecedented sum of 2 gold crowns a week to any warriors who are sound of limb, and also offer lesser but equally generous wages, commensurate with other useful skills. So, that's why you are still seeing a lot of guardsmen, a lot of militia on the streets. Even those people who would normally not take arms, are really tempted by this very very generous sum of money, because 2 gold crowns a week. It's wow, that's a lot. Anyway, you are going on your patrol. You've also received a day's worth of hardtack and biscuit from the guardhouse, together with some water canteens. And yeah, Lucas is leading you there. Are you planning to do anything, or can we just skip to the patrol part?
I think we can just go. I mean, unless somebody wanted to stop somewhere, yeah. I mean, I think we just go there and we patrol.
Okay.
No, yeah, let's go. Get it.
The rest of you?
Agreed.
I agree.
All right. The patrol this time takes a longer time, almost 10 hours. You've been handed a map of the of your patrol route. Near the iron lance. It's pretty big, but during your 10-hour patrol, you've managed to patrol it almost a dozen times, if not more. And soon it became quite a tedious thing to do. However, there was a break in your tedium. When the sun was setting down over the Talabheim walls, and you've eaten your food long ago, you've almost dried your flasks completely, and you are once again feel fatigue. You are suddenly hear a horrible scream from a nearby alley.
I'm going to say, in whichever direction we heard the scream, I want to say, so if it came to the left, I'm going to say to the left, and then I want to start moving in that direction.
Alright?
Shield up, weapon ready.
The rest of you?
Come on, then, Swordbreaker out.
Yeah, follow with weapons ready.
Alright.
Crossbow cocked and loaded.
Alright, and you, Lucas?
For the
Yeah, let's follow along, weapons ready.
Alright.
For the memory of Solon, we will not let another city fall.
Good one.
Suck up.
That's what I say. Oh, looking at Leopold when I say it.
Yeah. I'm from the part that wasn't Solent.
So suck it, Vincent. You dupe. Anyway,
You're not from Westland?
I'm from Westland, I'm just not from the part that was Solent.
Oh, well. You're a Wissenlander. Right.
You hear the screams echoing over the cobblestones. You round the corner to a gruesome sight. 3 mostly naked men mauling a young, well-dressed bravo who is clearly trying to defend a young girl standing behind him. The girl is screaming as loud as her lungs allow because one of the attackers is chewing great bloody chunks out of the elegantly attired youth's arm. when you are rounding the corner and your steps echo loudly through the narrow alley, two of the attackers turn to face you, whilst the third continues to gnaw on the young man. When they turn, you are repulsed at what you are seeing. Mainly because these men are dead. All three of these walking corpses are clad in white linen loincloths and nothing else. The first of the three has no eyes in his skull. He does, however, have a wide set of blinking eyes in place of nipples on his chest. His eye sockets have both been filled with elaborately carved blue glass of some sort. The second zombie has a dull red glow instead of eyes. In all 6 of his eyes, in fact, both of his hands have been replaced with leering skulls that gnash their teeth and chatter as he advances. The third zombie, presently chewing on the unfortunate fashion plate, is covered with elaborate markings of some kind and a series of slowly undulating fingers that run from the bottom of his left foot up his leg and over his chest to end at his right shoulder. All 3 of them, you see, have elongated nails that have been sharpened into wicked claws. Now, make 2 tests, 2 willpower tests each. First, everyone make a plus 20% willpower test.
Any bonuses for having faced undead before?
These are not your usual undead, actually.
Okay.
This is something.
We'll
do something
I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to use my last luck point to pass that?
Well,
I'm going to say no. I mean,
Okay.
just
right.
because you probably are going to want to save it for, defending from these things as opposed to just not throwing up from these things.
All right. Well, I failed the first willpower then.
All right, Sean, add a single insanity point to your character sheet because you are so repulsed by these things that you feel your mind slipping.
Sweet. I have 2 insanity now.
Now, everyone, make another willpower test. This time it's a fear test. It's basic willpower. Oh.
Well, we're very fearful.
Oh. However,
That
so,
insanity's kicking in.
Yeah, you are so angry at what you are seeing. It's an affront to Sigmar himself. So you are
Nobody
standing
eats
your
people in
ground.
front of me.
You are standing your ground. You are going to punish these things. The rest of you, fine gentlemen, however, are rooted to the spot with fear. So, Leopold, please, it's time to roll for initiative.
All right.
Oh.
Everybody?
No, so far only Leopold.
My roll showed up, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because there's this thing here, but no valid token was selected.
All right, you are first. The two zombies, the one with skulls on his hands and the other with nipples with eyes in place of his nipples, are advancing towards you with obvious intent.
All right. I'm gonna shoot one in the face.
All right, you are taking aim with your weapon.
Which
one?
face? Because
Which one?
one has 3 faces.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I'll shoot the 3-faced one because I find that one grosser. The one with skulls on its hands, or skulls instead of hands.
All right, you are aiming at this one. Fire.
Bazoink. Oh man. All right. I will use the luck point for that because I want to shoot somebody.
All right.
Yay!
You've managed to hit the thing in its arm with your crossbow. Roll for damage.
Damage from the crossbow. Let's see, do I have it down here?
It's
of course.
4? No, 3, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Of course, I don't have it on my crossbow. Yeah, it's a 4.
Yeah. So roll d10.
Montans.
Of course not.
Alright. You've managed to struck one of the things in its arm. It didn't even slow. However, it does plan to eat you, for it advances towards you with obvious intent. I'm repeating myself. While the other one, we shall see. There are 3 of you left. Again, let's see. Sally, the last one is. The second one is coming towards you. You are too paralyzed with fear to do anything, you poor man. The zombies, of course, do not charge. However, they make their way, shuffling slowly in your direction. But you still have an entire turn to get out of your stupor before they manage to get close with you. So, okay, guys, you don't even need to roll for initiative. No, sorry, you will, because they will always be last because they have 10 agility. Yeah, pretty pathetic. But I would like to know who's going to go first. Between you guys, of course.
Alright, that's agility plus 10, right? Yeah. Or agility plus D10.
Yeah.
I mean, right now most of us are just trying to get out of fear.
Please give me your... Yeah, the fear we'll roll for fear in a second, but first let's go with the initiative.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I got a 47.
Leopold has... Lucas has 47.
Vincent
has 47. Oh, Brian has 64.
Hold on, I'm got too many windows open. Give me just a second.
Leopold, how much do you have?
My initiative was 52, or do I need to roll again?
No, you don't. Andrew,
Okay, I got a 56.
Right. So, Sally, you roll first for your fear.
Nope.
You are still very much afraid. Now, Lucas, roll for your fear.
Hope someone can snap out of it to intercept.
Nope. Leopold, your turn. The zombie is almost upon you.
Okay.
hand
Well,
weapon
since
out.
I have the rapid reload, I'm gonna reload and fire again.
Can you...
I don't think you can do it with a crossbow.
You can do this with crossbow. Crossbow has 2 full actions to reload.
Oh, is it? I thought it was one
It's
action.
1 full turn to reload.
One
The
full
crossbow.
turn.
Right.
So, okay, so
But if I...
so you can actually fire.
You just can't aim.
Yeah, you
or
can
anything.
aim. You basically
Right.
will be able to slap the bolt just in time and basically fire from the hip.
That's fine.
All right, you do that. You
Mhm.
manage to put the bolt just in time as the skull-armed zombie is is going for your neck. You fire the crossbow.
Okay.
Roll.
Damn it.
And the bolt went wide.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a botch.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. if it would suck. Vincent, try and free yourself from the stupor.
Alright.
Hey!
Yes! Yes,
Nice.
these things are abominations in the eyes of more. They
That's
must
right.
be destroyed. However, the first zombie is coming towards Sally.
Alright.
And he chomps on your leg, Salvatore.
Oh, do I not? Okay, never mind.
You can do anything else. You can defend yourself, but that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
That's not good.
indeed.
Ooh.
However, there's no reroll, so it's 13 points of damage to your leg.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Where's Gennaro's prosthetic leg when you need it?
Yeah. So that's 10 points of damage to me.
Repeat because something breaks up.
That's 10 points of damage then.
Alright, how much do you have left?
3.
All right, make a simple toughness test. Sorry, one more. Sorry. Wait for a second. Toughness plus 30%. Yeah, you've passed.
Nope.
Oh, you've passed. You've passed. Because I said toughness test plus 30% bonus.
Wouldn't that be 63?
That would still be
Oh,
failed.
73.
That's plus 40.
Yeah, you have 33 toughness, right?
Yeah.
Plus 40%.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Not
If it's
40. So it's like 73.
Yeah.
So you've rolled below.
okay.
So you've passed. Yeah. The thing with nipples, with nipple eyes, managed to bite you in the leg so hard that a geyser of blood erupted from it. You yelled in pain, but you are still too terrified to do anything. Meanwhile, Leopold, the Skullman. The Skullman is upon you.
All right.
However, the Skullman sucks. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He tries to bite with his hand skulls. You've managed to jump back. The skulls are like clack, 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 clack before your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the background, you can see that the young man is slowly being, brought down by the finger zombie. The things look grim for you. Yeah, it's a new turn. Sally, try and break through the fear.
Oh, finally.
Nice.
Great. You'll be able to defend yourself. Now, after that, Lucas.
Hold on just a second. Sorry, typing furiously while... Yay! Barely, but yay!
Alright.
You've also managed to
Yeah,
break
that's good.
through. After Lucas, we have Leopold.
All right. Am I able to reload and shoot again? Or is he too close to me now?
Can't. You are in close combat. You can use your crossbow.
Okay. Then I'll have to draw my club and dagger.
Alright, so you drop the crossbow
Mm.
to the ground and draw your club and dagger. Do you have fast draw?
Nope.
Alright, so that's it.
Well, the crossbow has like a string around his shoulder, right? So he shouldn't have to drop it to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but yeah, sure. I mean, it just meant that he let go of the crossbow and
Right.
drew his weapons. Of course, you still have your
But-
crossbow over your shoulder. I mean, yeah.
That's
on my-
Leopold's signature move, though, is to
Crossbow
drop his
draw.
firearm.
I tie all my weapons to myself.
Yeah, Vincent, you are able to move freely.
Alright,
That Sally is in dire peril, while Leopold is also fighting for his life. You also see that the young man will be devoured in just a few seconds. What are you going to do?
I am going to see that Sally just took a hit, so I'm going to charge whoever is on Sally.
It's too close to charge. You can move and attack.
Okay, move and attack then.
Yeah, but you don't get a plus 10% because Sally is not fighting with this thing yet.
Yeah, he's just defending. So that's okay, so that's just one single regular attack.
Yeah.
Alright. Here he goes. And I missed.
You've managed.
That's awesome.
You swung your. I presume you are using your what? Hatchet.
Yep.
All right. You swung your hatchet and you almost struck Sally, because this thing, this undead, moved incredibly fast for something that's supposed to be dead, and managed to avoid your strike. It also decided that you are a bigger threat, and so it will now try and attack you.
Okay.
It
Huzzah!
it tried,
Take that.
but you've managed to take 2 steps back and basically trip the thing. As it fell to the ground, you swiftly decapitated it with a single strike of your axe.
Sweet.
Also, this act of insane courage. Oh no, Sally is already is not.
Yeah,
is
we're all
not, yeah. So sorry. So this act of insane courage just managed to convince Salvatore to be even braver. Now, Leopold, your zombie. It's still trying to get you, and it goes for your legs.
Okay.
Are you parrying or are you dodging?
I have dodge below now, so I will try to dodge.
Great, then dodge.
I just have to find it. Oh, there it is. Slink. Yay!
Nice.
You've managed to dodge both of the skulls that were going for your thigh. Yeah, and now it's Sally's turn.
I'm gonna pile in on top of this thing now.
Which thing?
The one that's attacking Leopold.
All right. You advance.
I'm gonna flank him.
Yeah, you advance towards it with your weapon in hand, your club, and strike the thing.
Am I close enough to get the 2 attacks? Or,
No.
okay.
But you get a plus 10% from Leopold's fighting with it.
Okay. Cross my fingers. Whew.
Great.
Nice.
You've managed to crush your club into the thing's arm. Roll for damage.
Oh.
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 That's fine.
How strong are you?
Strength 41.
Oh, so it's 5. Wow.
I didn't lift the weights.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
struck the thing. You've heard the meaty thump sound of your weapon clashing with the Sphinx dead muscles and bones, but it's not stopping. Lucas, you're up.
I'm guessing I'm gonna run to the. No, I'm guessing I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run at the other zombie that's chewing on the man in the alley.
Young man,
Yeah,
all right.
and attack if I have the if I have enough actions to get there and attack.
Yes, you can even make a charge.
Okay.
So you are charging.
that
the
is-
thing. It's a plus.
Yep.
It's a plus 10% for the charge action.
Okay, and that's just a weapon skill roll.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Good thing it's a plus 10%.
You've managed to strike this thing right in its back. Roll for damage. You are using your sword?
Hatchet.
Hatchet, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, your lucky hatchet. Alright, cool.
Yeah. And that is D10 plus strength.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
That's minus Sigmar.
Nice.
Yeah, time for a reroll.
Ulrich's Fury.
Taos
Yeah,
Fury.
whatever.
So,
Yeah,
21?
21. Alright, basically, you've practically split this thing from left to right, cutting through its shoulder, cutting through its ribcage, through its spine, and through the line of fingers that was running, through this thing's torso. It fell to the ground, completely split in two. And, it let go of the young man who fell to the ground with a yelp of pain. Good job. After that, we have Leopold. Leopold, you are held by Sally.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my club and try to smash this thing in front of me.
Alright, smash this thing.
You should get plus 10,
Oh!
Oh.
aren't you?
Duck Sally.
I've heard that once you're bitten, you need to cut off the appendage. Let me do it with this club.
We shall
Kneecap
see
Sally.
what
I've seen The Walking Dead. I know what to do. All right, yeah, I don't have any more luck points or anything, so I guess that's bad news.
You overreach yourself and almost stumble, twisting your ankle painfully in the effort to recover.
Okay.
What this means is that for the next 5 rounds you lose 10 initiative, which means
Okay.
that you are going to be the last of all of you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and 1 movement because you've strained your ankle painfully.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still Vincent, the accursed Darius.
I will get in on the last surviving zombie.
Okay.
If there is only one. I think there's only one.
Yeah, you get
left,
plus.
correct?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the one attacking Sean and Sally.
You
All
get
right.
plus 20% to your attack bonus.
All right. So am I in range to? Do I have to move into attack, or am I in range?
Yes,
Just make
you have to engage this thing.
All right. Moving in attack.
And a plus 20%.
Oh.
Still not enough.
Yeah, you've managed to actually strike it, but your blow bounced from its hardened or rather slimy dead skin. The zombie is now fighting 3 of you, so it will try and decide who to attack.
Botch again. Botch again.
It's still going for Leopold.
Of course it is.
You see that it raises the skull hands and tries to smash you with them, but you were able to fall back, and essentially all of you, with the help from Lucas, fell upon this thing and chopped it or smashed it to pieces. Well, chopped it and smashed it to pieces. It went down under a flurry of blows, of righteous blows. The alley is once again quiet, except for the sobbing of the girl and painful whimpers of the young man. Yeah.
Lucas, do you want to try performing your healing arts on this poor person?
Yeah, that's a good idea, and we also, I think, need to burn those bodies.
Thank you, mine
if we can.
Says the girl. The man is.
I thought that was the guy.
No. All right. Okay. This is the guy. Thank you, mine Ellen. My name is Sebastian Ottweiler. This is my fiancée, Madly. We were on a stroll when those things lurched out of the shadows and attacked us. We don't know where they came from. Oh, my arm. Oh.
Yeah. I did not successfully heal unless it was some kind of modifier. So
You could take your time on it.
that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I was
So
gonna say that blows because you were like 1 away.
Let's say that you took your time, so you've managed to apply some bandages correctly, use some healing balms. The man, of course, thanks you with from the bottom of his heart. Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah. Are you? So what are you going to do? You see that the zombies are certainly. Well, strange to say the least.
Let's find some scrap wood or anything in the alley to start a fire.
Does anyone has science talent or surgery talent?
No.
Alright. Well, yeah.
I want to take my last.
Can we
healing
read
drop.
anything that's carved on these things?
Alright. So, well, like I said, one of them. The one with the fingers has a strange set of tattoos on him, but you don't really know what they could mean. You also wonder about the blue glass eyes in the nipple zombie, in the nipple zombie's head. However, each of them has a single raised rune of some sort on their right ankles. The rune resembles a stylized letter G with perhaps another letter and a flourish. Everyone, each one of you make a plus 20% common knowledge empire test.
All right.
Where is that?
Brian failed.
Is that just intelligence?
Yeah.
No, it's a skill. Yeah,
Okay.
it is off intelligence. Which I failed.
Man.
Sean passed. 48 intelligence.
Sean
Oh, I did. Oh, I did.
Last
Okay.
20%, yeah.
Okay.
And finally we have what? Oh, you've all rolled already. Alright,
Yeah.
so Sean, since you are a grave robber, you saw your fair share of bodies during the line of work. Of course, you don't recognize the symbol. However, the linen loincloths that the zombies are all wearing are very strange to you because they are of an excellent quality. Basically, they are of a quality that even the most exacting noble would approve of. Normally, bodies, when they are buried, they have their private parts, covered with a simple loincloth of a simple, quality. But this is fine silk. And all of you suddenly hear more than normal screams coming from various neighborhoods throughout Talabheim. Screams, moans, shouts of terror. Yeah, they all you can hear them in the evening gloom.
I think we found all the missing bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had forgot about that subplot.
Yeah.
Lucas, roll minus 20% follow trail test.
I don't see follow trail.
You should have. You are
Tracking, maybe?
all right.
Follow trail is an advanced skill, so if you didn't add it on there yourself.
Yeah, I don't have that.
So roll for tracking.
Where's tracking? I know I should have that.
Yeah, you used it earlier, I
Used it
think.
a couple of times, in fact.
Hold on.
It's just intelligence, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Screw it. Let me just hit that.
Oh!
There's 27 of them this way.
You found a few hints of bare footprints in the dust of the road, and you see that they are leading to the east.
Towards God's Row, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The screams, are getting louder and louder, and they are coming from many parts of the city. It's
Like all around us, or in the direction of the east?
all around you, but mainly coming from the east.
Would now be a good time to go ahead and stop?
Yeah, actually, I think.
All right.
That we can
To
stop.
the east.
Yeah, you are walking towards the east. Just before we stop, you are following the trail, going after Lucas, when suddenly one of the city's newly employed street urchin runners comes dashing up to you with a message that he swiftly tries to divulge, but fails because he's out of breath. After a few tries, a little encouragement, and some frantic pointing on his part, he manages to blurt out, "Zombies! Lots! No of doctrines!" And then he runs, he runs forward. And you can hear screams and the muffled sounds of battle coming from the direction that the street urchin, talked about. And that's it for today.
Okay, what did he say? He said zombies.
Zombies, lots, null of doctrines.
Okay, I see it. Number 31 in the Towel Garden.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I thought you said law of doctrines.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
no, canole of doctrines.
My horrible
Okay.
English accent is horrible.
Well, hey, and
No.
on top of that, these are knoll is not a common word. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're talking about the grassy knoll. Yeah.
Well, that
it's not-
is what what it is. It is that.
Right,
kind of-
I know, but what I'm saying is like
I
unless
see.
we're talking about that, that's normally we would just say hill or kind of open area, like
Yeah, something like
we
that.
wouldn't use unless you're specifically the Kennedy assassination. You generally don't use the
True.
word knoll to describe a knoll.
True.
Okay, that's it for today. So everyone gets 60 points for today's game. Oh, that was a good one. For your characters, as usual, 10 points each. Then it's your place of birth. So Lucas, 10 points for you. You were Talabheim enough. Vincent and Leopold. Leopold definitely 10 points. No, sorry, Vincent 10 points definitely for the Solant thing. Leopold?
I said I was not from the part that was stolen.
Yeah, actually that was pretty funny. So you also get 10 points. Sally.
Okay.
When Gennaro went down, I said Lucina, forgive me, which was I meant it more like a son of Lucini is fallen. You know what I mean?
Alright, 10 points for you. Religion, Sally.
Nothing. There was that, and I'm gonna count it towards the.
Alright. Lucas, you get 10 points. Vincent and Leopold also 10 points each. Star sign, Sally.
Righteous, fearless, merciful.
10 points, definitely, because you were trying to help Gennaro. I
failed, but
yeah. Andrew.
Sensible, intuitive, lucky. I was definitely lucky because
yeah.
I hit every one of my luck rolls.
Yeah, 10 points. Very good. Sean.
I didn't get a chance to be cheap at all, so I would say probably nothing.
Alright. Vincent.
Gungren's Baldric. I guess disciplined, honorable, profession of arms. I guess I tried to sound like I knew what I was doing military-wise with.
Yeah, and you've managed to do it. It was very nice. 10 points. Doom and gloom, Sally. Blind.
I said
blind bitch. 10 points.
Yeah.
Andrew, you also said something. I believe about.
No, I didn't.
No.
No, because I have the sword shall bring no justice, only suffering.
Okay.
I think it was somebody made something about shattering the glass. That was not me. So
That was me.
yeah.
When I made one of my jumps, I said something about my hourglass will not shatter today or something like that.
Okay.
But as far as the sword shall bring no justice, only suffering. I mean, I can make an argument that clearly we saw the suffering that sword brings all around us, but I don't know that I did anything particularly in light of the doom itself. So
okay, sure.
How many points for the blind bitch thing?
10.
10. Okay.
Vincent, you also get 10 points for saying this thing about hourglass. Actually, Andrew, I'm going to give you 5 points because you are still using the hatchet, and you've managed to split the zombie in half. And yeah, actually, the thing about that you saw what swords were doing was pretty good. So 5 points for you for that. Yeah.
I think you meant Leopold with the hourglass.
Yeah, sorry, Leopold. Leopold gets 10 points.
Okay, 10 points for Doom. Okay.
And you, Sean? What about Doom?
That's me. I'm Leopold.
Oh my God, sorry. Vincent.
It's okay.
I don't think I have anything today.
All right. Any ideas that managed to push the adventure forward in any way? I'm not counting the, I'm not counting the Daubler's friends idea yet, because, well, clearly it's only being implemented, right? I mean, it's only begun to be implemented, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Well,
So
I had an idea, but Vincent chickened out and didn't want to use his grenade.
Yeah,
so.
actually, if he would, I would give you points for that, because that was a very good idea.
That probably discipline of arms, not using the excessive weapon when needed to.
Yeah, I mean, I have a suspicion that that grenade might come in handy later. So
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't forcing you to use it.
Whoever came up with the idea of staying at Daubler's house, that was a good idea. Because
Yeah,
we got healed and everything.
but that basically, doesn't amount to anything. I mean, well, you have a free accommodation, but it's not like it's, furthering your agenda in any way, or
Right.
It was a good idea, but not a good 5-point idea. Anyway, so that's it for the notes.
But what does Sally get? Does he get any for being a halfling?
Yeah, sorry, 5 points for Sally, of course. He does. And yes, that's it. That's it for today. So next game would be what? 10th of September, then.
Can we push that back a week? My wife is not very happy about this week, and then next week I'm going to be recuperating from some surgery. So
of course, something serious?
No, it's just minor. But so basically, her having to watch the kids so much this weekend between me being sick and then this, and then next weekend, I don't want to have to then give her another game for her to also have to watch the kids. I'd like to give her a week off. So
Sure, no problem. We can play on 17th of September.
yeah, I can't, but that's okay. You guys can go without me if you need to. I'll be in Italy, so.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's our 20th anniversary, and
Excuses.
my wife has been planning this trip to Italy for a long time, so.
You'll have internet connection in Italy. It's not the third world.
Yeah,
Just push it forward a week.
I was gonna say, but if I'm murdered, internet connection won't do anything for me.
Just lock yourself in the bathroom for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Tell her that rich Italian food is just too much on your stomach.
No, you guys can play without me. Leopold can just don't do Gennaro on me. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. So if the rest of you can play on 17th, it's okay. Jason, Brian, you guys okay?
I think so, yeah.
What?
I should be good.
All right. Both of you good, right?
I think so, yeah.
No. All right.
We're closing on a house, and the dates are kind of in the air. So, yeah.
You probably won't close on a weekend, though.
Right, but we're gonna be moving the weekend after.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, I can. For right now, I'm good for the 17th.
All right.
But I might need to change as we go forward.
All right. I mean, I need at least like 3 players. If two fall out, then the game. Well, it's not. I don't see much sense in running a game. So in that case, we'll just wait. No worries.
I think the 17th is good. I'd rather just plan on it being good, and then like worst case a week before I say I can't because we're moving or something.
All right. No problem. So the next game will be on 17th of September. Thank you for the game, guys. It was great as usual.
Thank you.
And I'll see you
Good game.
pretty soon.
Great.
Great.
Cool.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Later.
See you.